This video has sat on the shelf for a while now, considering I just had my exams, and for the longest time now, I have always thought that a Fortnite movie would be absolutely amazing to see. And since last September, I've started planning for a series of Fortnite films, planning out how to break up the Fortnite story, what characters to include and what arcs they'll have, putting in more planning than the sequel trilogy for Star Wars.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
And as all big franchise writers should, I have laid down the baseline for each film with based characters. Some ideas, of course, are more developed than others at this stage. There's 10 of them, so I think it is best that we just begin. Fortnite Battle Royale is the first film in the series, and is exactly what it sounds like. It's a Battle Royale game similar to how the Hunger Games would work, but obviously not identical, so that would be called copying. They're just very similar concepts. The story follows Ramirez as she is kidnapped by the Imagined Order as she tries to win the game and escape the loop. Standing in her way is a lobby of players, including the fearsome Black Knight, who goes on a killing rampage that Ramirez must overcome if she wants to survive. The film is set on the Season 2 map after the Tilted Towers update and features themes such as holding on to who you are and your morals while they are being tested. Second up is Fortnite Worlds Collide, which is of course a reference to Season 5's title name. It covers the events of Season 3 and 4 with the Meteor to the end of Season 6 with the Butterfly event and Fortnite Mares. Characters return from the first film such as Ramirez, who is struggling with the guilt of killing people and spends the whole film trying to make it up. Bright Bomber and Renegade Raider return and Drift shows up, falls in love with Bright Bomber and is taken home due to the power of the 0 point. Just like in the game, we are first introduced to the Visitor and the Seven here, causing the rift in the sky. It of course takes place across 3, technically 4 maps of Fortnite, and ends with Ramirez still not believing that she is good enough, Bright Bomber being miserable, and Renegade Raider just hanging out currently. Her character is still one that I'm figuring out. Film 3 takes the focus away from the people we have been following, and we join the Ice King on his quest to protect the multiverse with other elemental beings such as the Fire King, confiscating Catus, and other powerful weapons they deem too powerful to be in anyone's hands, including their own, and they freeze them in his castle. But one day, the Fire King confronts the Ice King and says they should be using the weapons to conquer the multiverse. A fight breaks out on the castle and the Ice King freezes himself and everyone else under the belief that even they are a danger to the multiverse, taking them to a reality that he believed was deserted. But one day, the events of Season 7 and Season 8 play out. The Butterfly event caused an energy surge to break a piece of the ice moon the castle was on, and it breaks off and drifts in space towards the Battle Royale island. This time, after a long fight, the Ice King kills the Fire King and refreezes himself on the moon as he believed he was still a threat, making the moon uninhabitable. Fortnite 0 Point covers the events of Season 9 and Season X, focusing yet again on a different group of characters. First, we follow the Paradigm as she discovers the 0 Point and defeats Catus, but she does this with the Imagined Order after being given no choice but to help them, and the rest of the 7 learn of her betrayal, but decide there's no time and they should launch Operation X, the first end event with amazing music, which would definitely have to be reused. In terms of character arcs and stuff, I'm unsure what to do with the 7 other than the Paradigm, but I'm sure at some point during the summer period I may start to figure it out. Then to kick off Chapter 2, we skip Season 1 and head straight into Fortnite Ghost vs Shadow, or The Agency, both with good names, and if I ever do get to write these, this would be my absolute favourite one to write because it is undoubtedly my favourite season of Fortnite. We return to Ramirez and the group, adding Sky to the collection. She's energetic but also scared and looks up to Ramirez for guidance and support, which she gives, hoping to right her wrongs by getting the scared girl home safely. Between her and Bright, Sky is watched over. The film takes place on the brilliant Chapter 2 Season 2 map with themes of trust, betrayal and friendship being prominent. Perhaps if I spend enough time on it, I could try turn it into some sort of spy film which would help it stand out from the rest. Película 6, Nexus War. When making these films, this is where trouble could begin. Chapter 2 Season 4 was purely Marvel. Game rights are completely separate to film rights, so it'd be interesting to see if this could get made. And obviously that would come down to Disney.
Oh, that is such a load of truth! A wonderful load of truth!
Obviously, the Avengers would feature as the heroes in this film, but Ramirez and co would still be present. The film simply follows the events of the season, with Stark hacking the loop and sending us to fight Galactus. Another very undeveloped idea, but if it's expanded enough and worked on enough, it could work. Film 7, Join the Hunt. Chapter 2 Season 5 and the start of Season 6. This film follows Agent Jones, member of the Imagined Order, out in the field after Sloane sent him to find hunters, which will also be a hassle for licensing, while Io tries to fix the 0 point. But after he sees the lack of progress being made, he realises Io might not care at all if it implodes, and lets it reset the island, killing everyone, including himself. So Jones enlists the help of the Foundation, and the single-player event plays out to end the film with them both in the loop. Film 8 has some overlap with 9 when the aliens arrive, and is called I'm Batman? Guess who's in this one? Me. I am. Because I'm literally him.
I'm Batman.
It follows the story of the comic books that were released, as well as the Foundation one in Gotham, before he returns to Reality Zero for the end of Chapter 2. This film lets our suspicions about the loop be confirmed as we watch Batman figure out the secrets and return to Gotham. But because of Deathstroke's betrayal, Ramirez, Sky and Bright Bomber are captured by Sloane, leading into Film 9, and that film is called The Last Reality. Covering the events of the final 2 seasons in Chapter 2, Sloane strikes a deal with our heroes to take down the mothership in exchange for their freedom. They reluctantly agree, but Sloane betrays them and strands them on the ship, causing the death of and this leaves Ramirez with a lot of guilt, and she refused to join the final stand against the Cube Queen. But she does return before the Seven rescue them, Jones, and then they flip the island ready for the Zero War finale. Zero War is the Fortnite finale, however that's why I am a little conflicted about it, because the story consists largely of Marvel related stuff like Reality 616 and the characters. Plus, the last time a treasure hunt chase was the finale to a popular series, it didn't go over well. Looking at you, Star Wars.
Wayfinder's there.
But there's still a mostly grounded but epic finale with stakes of death if they don't succeed in destroying the Collider and taking down Sloane and Geno once and for all, which of course they do. Everyone is sent home and the Seven vow to watch over the 0 point and protect it from any threats. I know some of these ideas may seem a little underdeveloped, but as I said, it is just a baseline of the films. But I would honestly love to write and make these in full. Writing stories has always been a hobby of mine, and to expand the Fortnite story into films would mean so much to me. So Donald Mustard, Tim Sweeney, I would appreciate a message on a social or something, perhaps, please? Maybe one day. But I hope you did all enjoy this video. A like would be appreciated. Feel free to comment what film would be your favourite, and peace out.